Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Tampa Bay Real Producers Podcast. This, of course, is the podcast that is made for real producers by real producers and with none other than Tampa Bay's real producers and our partners of Tampa Bay Real Producers. And we actually have an episode this morning with one of our partners as part of our partner series, and that is none other than Juston Grubbs. Good to have you here today, Juston.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Juston is the owner of Home Integrity LLC, which is a home inspection. Is it a franchise or no?
Just a home inspection
company, not a franchise. Perfect.
Correct.
So obviously, if you know anything about our platform with Tampa Bay Real Producers, we have certain partners that really support what we do all throughout the Tampa Bay area. Mortgage lenders, title companies, and home inspectors are what we call the core three industries, right? They are actively involved in every transaction that you have as an agent. And so a partner like Juston is intricately important to your business, we know, as a real estate agent out there, no matter what level of business you might be doing. And so I love to have the partners on to be able to dive into their stories a little bit more and make sure you guys know who our partners are and know a little bit about their backgrounds and, of course, what they're great at. And so we'll start with just a little bit of your background.
Okay.
Juston, for people who don't know, did you grow up in Tampa? If not, how did you get here? And what is it eventually that got you interested in home inspection?
Sure. Born and raised in Texas. Moved here in 2000. And brought us here was just new scene.
Yeah. Wanted to get out of the old Texas lifestyle, huh?
Absolutely. Get as far away from the family that was there and just start our own, So we moved here in 2000, lived here for about 7 years, and then I joined the military.
Nice.
And then we moved around in the Army for for 9 years.
Okay. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Got to live in Hawaii for a
Not
good
bad,
amount of time. Huh? Yeah. I got to live in Kentucky for a good amount of time, which a lot of people may say, oh, Kentucky, but I love to hunt. So
there you go.
Works
That's
out
perfect then.
Yeah.
Is there not as much hunting in Hawaii, I take it, huh?
No. Plenty of fishing, though, and that's my
that's
my
true.
other main. So
that's your second
good.
passion?
Absolutely. And so got out of the Army, moved back here to Florida, worked some 9-to-5s for a little bit, And I have a good friend who I've known for 20 plus years. He's a home inspector here in Florida.
Okay.
And he mentored me and said, hey, quit working for the 9-to-5, get out here, start your own business, live the American dream.
Yeah.
And Amanda and I, my wife, we made the jump, quit, and started our own business. And we've been going for 2 years now, and it's been great.
Nice, man. So Home Integrity officially started 2 years ago?
Yes.
Okay. And so tell us a little bit about what it was like. This was your first time running your own business. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was our first go at, starting our own business, having our own enterprise.
What was that like in the early days? Was it tough for you to make that transition from a W-2 lifestyle to having to eat what you kill, so to speak?
Yeah, very tough. It was stressful.
Yeah.
But we motivated each other, supported each other, and, we just made the jump and said, hey, this is what we got to do.
No doubt.
And it's been great ever since.
So
Wonder why we waited so long.
What was your focus on when you first got rolling? Was it trying to develop some agent relationships right off the bat because you knew that how critical they were, or did that happen more later down the road, or it was right from the get-go, it was like, all right, who are we going to work with, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Marketing.
Cool.
Put in all the work, get no results, be patient. And we did. And it worked out. We got in with some good brokerage firms, and they have kept us busy nonstop.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now, you guys serve all of Tampa Bay?
All of Tampa Bay, all Central Florida, really.
Okay.
I mean, our thing is, one of our monikers is, we work where you work. So, if you're out in Bartow or Winter Haven selling a house, I'm out there inspecting it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is the majority of your inspections local to Tampa Bay?
Yeah, a lot.
Hillsborough, Pinellas.
Correct.
Pasco County as well. Okay. Yeah. And so tell us a little bit about what you're seeing, if anything, now, like market related. Is there anything that you feel like is relevant that you think agents should know about from your perspective in working with a home inspector, whether it's specific to this time, or just in general about your industry?
you know, codes are changing, building codes are changing, and especially here in Florida, there's always something that's changing after a storm. They make adjustments and things like that. So, you know, when it comes to agents and in the market, I think building a relationship with an inspector that can kind of keep you educated on those things and keep you knowledgeable as to what's going on in that side of the market, in the inspection world, you know, and things are ever changing. Maybe one time you sold a house 2 years ago and a certain issue wasn't a problem.
Right.
And
now it is.
Yes.
Right. What about with all the storms and stuff we've had even just recently here, everything that's been happening since then with, I'm assuming, a lot of water damage and potential mold issues and that kind of thing.
Lots of mold inspections.
Is that seen? Obviously that's been a spike I would take in your business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, most of the pretty much the majority of the mold inspections we've done, the homeowners have taken the steps to
remediate
as much as they can, and it's been a lot of minimal stuff, and they've done a great job. So
makes sense.
Not there a lot of these not a lot of these homeowners first rodeo. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
Is there anything you've experienced, Justin, in terms of your experience specifically in working with agents that has been an example of like, this has gone really, really well, and this is why it's gone well because we had this working, versus a time working with an agent where you felt like it was a disaster because of whatever reason? Like, is there any distinction there you could elaborate on?
Yeah, it's communication. 100% communication. You know, I've worked with agents on a whim. You know, they reach out from a Google ad or something like that, and it's just not a smooth transaction because either you can't get a hold of them or they're not conveying important information that you need to do an inspection. Like, is it on a lockbox? Is it on a Supra? You know, that's information that we need. And if we're struggling to get that from you, then yeah, it's just making everything that much more, taking away time.
Makes sense.
You know, so communication is one of the biggest things, I would say.
Yeah, and thinking through that a little bit more, I would think that if an agent knows or should know in advance what it is you're going to need, you know, having that organized on their side so that when they make that phone call to you, they're already providing that, you know, right up front. And I'm sure you have agents who do that, right?
And that's what we get. And that's the level of professionalism that, you know, you're looking for from an agent, to have those things in line and already have those procedures that they're using. When you don't see that and you're having poor communication, it's just harder transaction.
Totally.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we're all on the same team here, right? The goal is to serve the customer at a high level, make sure that the deal gets to the closing table so that everybody gets paid, everybody feels happy about that, and you're an integral cog in making that happen, right?
Absolutely.
I can imagine too that like the horror stories of an agent who would want to blame you for like an inspection that comes up bad in their eyes. Right. And then that holds up the deal or holds up the process. Correct. But you still have to do your job of making sure you're actually providing the truth.
I am the bearer of bad news.
Yes. I'm sure they love that sometimes about you, right?
Listen, agents we work with, they love it because we put detailed reports out to the clients. And yeah, no home's perfect, but we're able to convey those issues to these homeowners in a way that it's a home that you're going to need to make your own.
Yep.
None of them are going to be your perfect example of a home. They're all going to have something that you as a new homeowner is going to have to address when you get in here.
Right.
And a lot of new homeowners, they just need to accept that.
Right.
You know, and the way an inspector puts that information out to them makes a big difference on how they accept it. So
is there a big difference, Justin, in the way you mentioned reports, right? So in your industry, is that a big distinguishing factor from one home inspector to another when it comes to the type of reports they provide or the style of it or what's included in it and what's not included in it? Are there some distinguishing factors there that you think agents should look for?
Oh, absolutely. You know, like us, we try to do like a customer-centric style. We want to accommodate all the needs and the wants and everything that the client's wanting. And that could be the agent or the broker or the buyer. So we take that and put it into the report. So if there's certain things that a particular buyer or broker or agent wants to see in their reports, we're going to do it.
Yep.
We're going to put the extra detail in there. We're going to spend the extra time.
What's an example of something that they might want that is out of the usual or something different than a normal
Sure, I'll
report?
just give you a prime example. Homeowners want to know if their home is secured for hurricanes.
Yep.
So homes have hurricane
Seems relevant
clips.
nowadays.
Yeah, hurricane clips, straps, whatever they may be. So we go above and beyond. We take those photos and we explain in the report what they are, what their usages are, what their minimum and maximum uplifts are, all those details that a homeowner can look at and say, hey, I didn't even know this about my last house, but now I know that if a hurricane comes through here, I have everything that I need to secure my home.
Yep.
So that's just one example.
And that might not necessarily be on every report, you're saying?
It's on every report.
Oh, it is on every report.
Yeah,
okay.
Because this is what we've learned. If you want it that way, odds are others are going to want it that way. They just don't ask for it.
Sure.
And if you provide it, they're grateful.
Do you find that are these reports customizable as well, where like depending on the specific requests of whether it's the agent or the homeowner, you'll have certain things on there that you might not have on a standard report?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, we accommodate and build our reports, again, customer-centric style. We are looking to accommodate each individual customer.
Right. And that may or may not be true from my perspective anyway, for every home inspector, right? Like
It's not.
There's certain home inspectors that they have a boilerplate way of doing it. This is their template. Everyone's going to get that same report no matter what. They don't have the capacity to like really customize it that way.
They don't have the time. That's the problem.
Or the desire or will potentially.
Could be.
Yeah.
A lot of large companies who have multiple inspectors in the area, they have a full plate of inspections. They don't have the time to sit down and put detail in. They have their report is done when they leave the job. They
Right.
don't go and do a report.
And the only way to do that is to try to just template it. You know,
Correct.
it has to be the same template, cookie cutter approach.
You're absolutely right.
That makes sense. So it's one of those things. It's like if that's the most important thing to you and you're just trying to get really quick time and it's just a template, maybe that's good enough, right?
Correct.
But if you are looking for that more hand-holded, customized approach that's really going to be specific to the needs of that homeowner, you probably have to give up a little bit of time expectation in order to make sure you're getting that type of a report.
Absolutely, especially when you're dealing with luxury homes, homes that are on the water, boat docks, seawalls. You got to go over all of that and put all that detail into a report. You can't just go out there and take some cookie cutter photos
Right.
and send them out and think that the person buying this home is satisfied with that report.
Yeah.
They're just going to look at it and put it aside.
No, that makes sense.
But when they get our reports, they read them and they actually respond back to us like, wow, thank you so much for all the detail. We've never seen a report like this.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
Is there a particular niche type of customer that you guys have really, that you feel like you've served really well, whether it's luxury, as you mentioned, or any other type of niche that you think is a great target necessarily for your business model at all?
Veterans.
Veterans?
Yeah.
Makes sense with your background.
Yep. We try to target VA loans, veterans buying homes, because we know what to look for when it comes to a VA loan and the prerequisites that they lay down for those types of purchases. So
Makes sense.
we really try to cater to them and give them the best inspection that they can get at the best price. We always take care of veterans, first responders, active duty military.
Very cool. Yeah, and there's definitely agents that we've even featured in Tampa Bay Real Producers who have a similar target, right? Work a lot with veterans. Maybe they're veterans themselves as well who serve that community. Jason's one of them that we're in right now. Do you know Jason, by the way? J-Mac? Little shout out to J-Mac here.
Jason McIntosh
Yes.
is one of my biggest clients.
Very cool. So you know J-Mac well. He'll probably be stumbling in here at some point here as he's been pounding out the gym on Friday morning, so getting himself all ripped up.
I talked to him just not too long ago. I told him you're looking good.
You told him he'd be here today?
Well, I told him he was looking good. I
There
didn't
you
tell him
go.
I'd be
There you
here.
go.
Sitting in his office.
Love Jason. Shout out to J-Mac and the Macintosh group.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And there's others too that we've featured who have that same passion. So it sounds like there's definitely an alignment there.
Yeah.
For what your vision is and what your mission's all about. And then lenders too, I would think, because I know that even even in Tampa Bay Real Producers, we have lenders who also specialize in those VA loan options. And so that type of network, I can see the value in having that synergy, right?
Yeah, with the lenders, one of the niches we have with lenders is permanent foundation inspections.
Okay.
People who are buying manufactured homes. If they're doing a convention or a VA loan or a FHA loan, HUD type loan, they're required to have what is called a permanent foundation inspection, and that has to be done by a structural engineer. A lot of times these deals get all the way to the lender and they don't have that. And
makes sense.
Now they're scrambling to figure out who can go out there. We can do those. We go out there, we do those inspections as field work, and then we send that into a structural engineer, and he gets us a report back within an hour or two.
I love it.
So we're really able to take care of that aspect of things for lenders.
Makes a lot of sense. What are some of your favorite ways, Juston, that you connect with agents when, you try to get in front of them and educate them on some of the things we've just talked about, right? For the last few minutes. Because in your industry, I'm assuming, and agents will tell you this, like they get calls all the time, right? From home inspectors, from lenders who want their attention.
Yes.
And if they gave everybody the same attention, they would never have enough time for their own business. So there has to be like a distinguishing factor from what I've seen in my perspective that could separate you from all the other home inspectors that are out there, right? Yeah. And everybody should have that same mentality about their own business. Like, what is it that's going to distinguish us so that we have the ability to look different, right? And not just be lumped in with the group. So from your perspective, what does that look like for you? Who do you look for? What are some ways that you like to connect with agents? Maybe somebody watching who might want to connect with you and learn more about exactly what some of these customized reports are like and how that might help them grow their business and satisfy their customers at a higher level. What does that look like for you?
Well, social media, the old Facebook stalking, everyone does it, scrolling. That's one of the biggest things. But I will say getting in front of agents is a big challenge.
Sure.
It's like you said, they all have an inspector that they use, they're loyal to, and we respect that.
Yep.
100%. But we also know inspectors have times where they can't cover a inspection, or they're going on vacation, or there's openings.
Sure.
And that's where we like to fit in. So what we like to do is just put ourselves out there to them to let us fill the void, not take over all of your inspections, but let us fill the void if you have one.
Yep.
And a lot of times what that ends up is they get our inspection and they are so impressed by it that we end up
taking a bigger cut,
or getting that invite to come into the office and meet my peers, because they're going to love these reports too.
Yep.
So that's kind of how it looks. Trying to get in there and get those invites is the big thing. So again, if you're an agent, broker, looking for an inspector, let's have coffee. Let's meet up at your office. We can bring some food and meet the team and discuss more about our businesses and how we can help one another.
One thing I do know is agents like free food. That I know for sure. We've had that
Chick-fil-A,
experience many
Chick-fil-A.
times. If you're going to bring food to their office, they're interested. Right?
That's right. That's right. Hey, this is what I say every time. I ask everyone to eat before I talk to them, because I tell everyone, you're not frowning when you're eating.
That's right.
Everyone's happy.
That's right. That's one way to get them happy is through the belly. So that makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
So like I said, if you are a broker, team leader, even an individual agent out there who, is intrigued by some of the stuff that Juston and I have had a chance to dive into, even just for the half hour or so we've been together, maybe having them come to the office, learn a little bit more. I could tell you Justin's a pretty friendly guy. He's not going to bite anybody's head off. He's going to get along well with the organization. It would be worth probably having him in there. A couple of minutes here on just some personal stuff for people to get to know you a little bit more. You already mentioned earlier that you're married, wonderful wife Amanda.
Yes.
Do you have kids?
I do.
How many?
I have one biological child.
Nice.
She's 17. She's fixing to graduate.
You got a teenager on your hands,
yes.
Huh?
And then I have 2 adopted sons.
Oh, very cool. How old are they?
They're grown. One's 26 and one's 28.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I feel like we can talk for a whole other show about your experience through adoption, because I find that fascinating. I have a cousin who adopted 2. They're older now. They're in their early 20s now, but he adopted them when they were babies, a brother or sister from Peru.
Outstanding.
And it was a pretty neat. He went through a lot, actually. They went through a lot to adopt this brother, sister, but it's obviously a big blessing.
Absolutely.
After going through all the challenges.
Adoption process, people who adopt children, much respect to them, because
for sure,
all those kids need loving.
No doubt. Absolutely. What do you guys love to do for fun? What keeps you busy?
On the water. We live in Florida.
Yeah.
We are members of a boat club.
Nice.
And we use it up every chance we get.
That's another thing, by the way, that agents love. So yes. I'm sure you probably have done that a few times.
I haven't, but I've been talking with Ryan, and maybe I told Ryan that maybe we can get together and do some.
It's a good idea. I've seen some of our clients have a similar situation with a membership to a boat club.
Yeah.
Every now and again, inviting a team of agents out. They love that stuff.
It's fun, and we live in Florida. Why not be on the water?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
We love to fish. That's pretty much our
Where do you get your hunting fix in?
Either up in North Florida or East Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Deer, boar?
Deer, boar, yeah.
The whole 9 yards, huh?
Yeah, mainly just whitetail deer, but if hog run through there, I'm going to take it down.
Now, do you have like a passionate hatred for deer, or are you just like hunting them?
No, I like to eat them.
Do you? Okay, so I only asked that because I went to Liberty University for a year in school, and my roommate was from Virginia Beach. He was a hardcore hunter, Southern guy, redneck through and through, right? Yeah. And he hated deer. Like he literally hated them with a passion. If we were in a car ride or something, if he saw a deer on the side of the road, he would almost want to jump out and like
get that thing.
Exactly. I'd never seen anything like it. Like he had a literal hatred for deer. And I mean, they're the cutest animals, I think most people think, Bambi. So exactly. Yeah. It's like, how can you hate these things? But he just was brought up that way.
5,000 years ago.
I'm sorry?
He'd have done great 5,000 years ago.
Right.
He'd be the guy you want.
With his bare hands if he needed to, right? Yeah. So he was a passionate hunter for sure. He was kind of I grew up in Connecticut. There's not a lot of hunting culture up there versus more of city folk up in those neck of the woods,
I did some, I went to school for fish and wildlife for a little bit.
Nice.
I didn't finish it. I dropped out. But
okay.
I still learned a lot.
Yeah.
And one thing I wanted to do when I was taking those courses and classes was I wanted to learn about managing white-tailed deer herd.
Nice.
So that's kind of the passion for hunting. I like to eat them, and I understand.
Got any bucks hanging up in the living room at home, or?
She would not allow me to hang no dead animals on the wall. I got a picture.
You got pictures. That's all that matters, I guess. At least the memory is there.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right. Couple rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite book or author, seminar that you ever attended, or a book that you've read or even a podcast, I guess, that you love to listen to that you feel like has made an impact on you personally or professionally?
Not a big book reader. More of a movie guy.
What's your favorite movie? That was one of my next questions anyway. So
anything
it was a good
Scorsese,
transition.
I would say.
Scorsese fan?
Yeah,
Who isn't? I mean, the guy's a genius.
Goodfellas, The Departed.
No doubt.
Casino. I mean, he's got a bunch of them.
He's classic. All those are classics that you just mentioned for sure.
Yeah. Not a big book reader though, but
were you a fan of The Irishman?
Absolutely.
It's one of the longest movies I've ever seen, but it kept your attention the whole time.
It was a very good movie.
Yeah, for sure. So you're saying, have you ever attended a seminar or some sort of an event that you thought was awesome?
Yeah. Over my life, I've definitely, attended seminars, events, but you absorb that stuff like a sponge. It's just hard to recall anything particular. But I've done a lot of in my past sales, marketing type of
jobs.
Conferences types of things, meetings, gatherings. So I've obtained a lot of that, and I love to market every chance I get, and that's my biggest weakness with my business right now is marketing.
Sometimes just finding somebody who has that time and that natural attraction to it can really help leverage the business. If you probably already have some team members already that
I do,
that do that. Yeah,
that's our goal right now, is to position where I have some more time to market.
No doubt, makes a lot of sense. Yep. Well, you're doing a little bit of that right now, so I think we're all in the right spot. All right. My last question as we wrap up here with time, and we'll have to have you back some other time to dive in even further on a few things. But I always call this the legacy question, which is just to get you to think a little about when, hopefully many, many years from now, those days come where you're sitting on the rocking chair and you're thinking back to what you want to be most remembered for, right? personally or professionally, what do you think would matter, most to you, Juston, as far as what type of legacy you'd want to leave and what you'd want to be most remembered for?
4 words: professionalism, honesty, integrity, reliability.
Love it.
If I'm remembered for those things, I'm in a good place.
I think those 4 words belong on like a billboard or a website right now, just to kind of tie it right into the brand of Home Integrity.
Absolutely.
Hence the name of the company makes some sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's a perfect name, by the way, for a home inspection company, right? It's
Thank
just
you.
having integrity. I think that's what people should expect.
Yeah, that was Amanda's. That was my wife's
There you
whole
go.
thing.
Key contribution right there, huh?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Well, it was good to have you here, man.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
If people do want to reach out to you directly, what's the best way for someone to contact you?
You can find us on Facebook, Home Integrity LLC, Instagram as well. You can call us 727-284-6784. And we also have a website, homeIntegrityLLC.net.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
We always end every episode with a challenge to the audience. So whether you're watching live through Facebook or through the YouTube channel or listening on any of your favorite podcast platforms, if you haven't already subscribed, by the way, to our podcast, just click the button that you're seeing so you can subscribe. That way you'll be notified every time a new episode drops, which is weekly. We drop one of these every week, every Friday. And what is one action step that you can take today that'll help propel you forward personally or professionally based on the conversation that Juston and I just had, right? Maybe it's literally just, hey, I never even thought that there's all these customized different ways to get reports through my home inspector. I need to have a conversation with my home inspector about that just to see what options I have. Or maybe you need to talk to someone like Juston and learn a little bit more about how they do customize these reports or about the market specific that's happening in Tampa Bay today. Maybe you just want to reach out and have them come in and you're hungry and you need some food and you're willing to listen to Juston and the team for a few minutes. And that's another option that you can take for taking some action, but do something, right? If you took the time to watch or listen, take a step today that's going to make this and solidify the plan so that way it was worth it that you invested your energy and your time into being a part of our show today. So we will see you on the next episode of Tampa Bay Real Producers Podcast. We'll see you later.